Well, good morning. Okay, there's zero production going into this video. I did try one take of this first section and realised that it'd run on 6 minutes, and that's not going to do for any of you. Nobody's going to watch that. So we're going to jump straight into it this time. I ended up blabbing on, which I'm starting to do again. This morning I am talking about basically gym and mountain biking. I think both go hand in hand. I train 3-4 days a week, but I'm going to talk about one thing in particular, and one method of training for this is arm pump on the bike. Personally, I find going down a hill harder than I find going up hills. Don't enjoy going up hills. It's sucking hard, but regards physical demand, going downhill, I find harder. And arm pump is one of those things that I think most people suffer. Maybe not everybody, but I do think most people suffer arm pump. And more recently, we were riding the trails at Ballyhowrah, and after our first run of one of the longer trails, Chunky Chops, which is over 3 minutes, the guy from Colorado, pardon me, that we were riding with was shaking his hands and complaining about arm pump, and ensued a conversation about what I have done to eliminate, and I mean literally eliminate, arm pump. I do not suffer arm pump anymore whatsoever. So I was thinking of putting out a little video of what I did to send to him, and then I thought, well, why don't I show everybody what I do? And look, you can choose to do it, you can choose not to do it. What I will say is, for me, it absolutely worked. I started this part of training about 6 months ago, after riding Ballinaboula trails and getting to the end of the Lost Shepherd and finding that I nearly didn't have the power in my hand immediately to put my dropper back up to climb back to the car park. And then another trail there, Nursery XL, I was finding by the end my focus was getting distracted so much by am I holding on to my grip, that I thought I need to do something about this. So yeah, then I added in a bit of grip training to eliminate arm pump to my weekly routines. So I train grip once to twice a week. I have 4 exercises I do. I generally do the same one every time, and then I rotate between the other 3 on what my second exercise will be. So yeah, I'm gonna set up here and run you through the first exercise. And like I said, maybe this won't work for some of you, all of you. I think it will. It absolutely worked for me. There is no shadow of a doubt. I have not suffered arm pump in 4 or 5 months of riding since I started getting into doing this. So I get set up and I'll start showing you a few things. Okay, so the first thing I started doing was I call it pinch grip step up. Basically, it is as it sounds. You'll see I'm using 2 10 kilogram bumper plates. Now these are just over 1.5 inch wide, okay? And the reason I'm using 10 kilogram bumper plates is because they're a little bit thicker, because they're bumpers. If they were pure cast, they would be thinner, obviously, because heavier. And the idea of this training is grip endurance, not so much crushing grip strength. We want grip endurance. So the idea of this is to have to do it for a period of time, and just training the muscle in the forearm to be able to cope with sustained grip, essentially. So basically what I've been doing with these is just picking them up, get a good pinched grip on them like that, see, and then stepping up and back down like this. To start with, I was trying to count time, and then I realized that was pretty difficult for the simple fact that you need to concentrate to count properly, and you're stepping up and down, and then towards the end of your allotted time, your grip is getting tired and your concentration wanes a bit, and you do tend to maybe count a little bit faster or lose count. So what I started doing was I simply just started counting the step up and down. So each step up and down is 1, and I do this for 50 reps. So like I said, get a really good grip and start. And the idea of the step up and down is basically to create a little bit of movement in the plates. There's 2 ways you can do this. You're looking to do your 50 steps. You want to go really fast and get through your steps quick. That's up to you. You want to go really slow because it stops the plates wriggling around too much. That's up to you. I find a normal kind of pace is ideal, but to be honest, whether you're doing them fast for shorter time, it's just as difficult as doing it at a standard pace. And then what I was doing at the end, as I kind of progressed, it was getting easier. So what I was doing at the end is I just stand and hold them for maybe 20 seconds. But now I'm finding it a bit easy still. So at the end of each set, I tend to take off on a walk. Up and down my shed. And there you go. So that is pinch grip step ups. I do that 3 times. So I do 1 set, I might rest for 2 minutes, and then I'll go into the other set. And even at that small bit, I can feel the arm pump already. So we'll move on to the next thing. Okay, so the next exercise I like to do is pinch grip deadlift hold. Very simple, and again, it's a pinch grip on a bumper plate. Now for these, I am using a 20 kilo bumper plate, which is just over 3 inches, which makes sense when the 10s are just over 1.5 inches. And again, it's a lot about grip endurance now. Because these are so thick, this is why I'm using them. The thicker an item is, the harder it is to grip. So it's just adding the bit of difficulty I need. There's no point in me picking up a 10 kilo that's 1.5 inches thick and weighs 10 kilos and standing there for 20 minutes with it, you know. Hardly, but so I use the 20. It's a good thickness, just over 3 inches, and again I do 3 sets of this. This might be my second exercise of the day. As I said, I do 2 exercises once to twice a week, each for 3 sets. And what I do with these, make sure you get a good grip, bend the knees, pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Swap arms. Good grip. Pick up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. third set, try and hold it on a bit harder for as long as I can, not for as long as I can. On the third set, I might hold it for an extra few seconds. On the third round, a third set, I will hold for as long as I can. When you feel it going, put it down, don't drop it. You might land on a toe. Oh, I struggle a bit more with my left hand. That's the one I got the carpal tunnel surgery in. And I believe I have arthritis in my wrist. And there you go. Pinch grip, deadlift holds. As I said, three rounds of that, so a total of 9 sets. Sometimes I use chalk, depends on the moisture in the air. Sometimes I don't. So that's that. We'll move on to the next thing, or this video is going to go on. Okay, next exercise involves just, again, another weight plate. It's minimal equipment really, when you think about it. But what this next exercise is plate finger curls. Okay, so there's a lot of finger curls you can do with bars, rolling your fingers out and pulling back up. Again, with the condition of my hands and my wrist, not really something I can take on. I need my wrists to be straight, so that's why I do these with a plate. So again, I use a 20 kilo. It's just about the right way for me, but what I'm using is a cast plate which has a ridge in underneath it, and I'm curling the plate up with my fingers. So originally I started by using all my fingers to curl. So I might go 20 reps with that, right? You're essentially just letting your fingers stretch out and pulling the plate up to the palm of your hands and back down, okay? But it's only actually last week or the week before, I don't even know if you guys can see me on camera. Last week or the week before, I often think of transfer to the bike when I'm doing gym work, and I got to thinking about when you're holding your bars, this finger's generally covering brake, especially on gnarly downhill segments that tend to be the places your grip fades. So what I started doing was leaving these guys out of the equation and just curling with these 3 on each hand. So as I say, I'd go that for about 20 reps. Again, 3 rounds of, and started finding that a little easy. Now, I keep my legs tight behind because your fingers do have a tendency to start sliding out of the ridge, and having your leg there just lets you get it dug in between if you need to. So curling away with that, and then again 20 reps started feeling maybe a little bit easy. So what I started doing at the end, and reset my grip again, lean it out in front of me, and then go out for a walk. Around my shed. And as I'm walking, I'm trying to keep my fingers pulled up. They naturally are starting to fade, but you realise that every few minutes, and you haul them back up. So that is the plate finger. Okay, I'm just going to show you the apparatus I've set up for this next one. There's my barbell. Now I've got it raised up on one end with a 20 kilo plate on just as a counterbalance, and then 40 kilograms here. So one sec, I'll set you back up. I know the production quality of this video is going to be atrocious, but so here we go. This is loading pin holes. the loading pin on your barbell is 2.5 inches thick, okay, and it rotates, which can make it far more difficult to hold on to because it wants to rotate out of your hand. And with this exercise, again, it's just another grip endurance thing. I may need chalk for this. This will be a hard one. Just another grip endurance thing. So I do 3 rounds of this on each arm, and the idea is, I think it's 30 seconds I'm holding for. I can't remember actually. I think it's 30. Maybe I go up to 40, but it is literally, again, bend your knees. I don't want to be responsible for anyone damaging the back. Bend your knees. Pick it up. And squeeze it, because it's trying to break free. It is a really difficult thing to hold on to, and the pump in my arm right now is ferocious, but that's the whole idea. Getting your arm used to the pump. Ferocious. And then onto your other arm. Yeah. Make sure you've got a pinned grip to start with, because if it's not good to start with, you're going to lose it. Now another thing is, keep your thumb away from your leg, because I could easily pin that against my leg. That gives me some assistance. So keep your thumb away from your leg. And that's the exercises. Okay guys, so that's it. I hope I haven't bored you all too much. I hope the information is useful. I hope some of you try it. If you're suffering arm pump, I hope some of you try it and get results. As I said, my results were unequivocal, is that the word? There's no denying them. Just completely different monster on the bike now. Always complaining about something else before I'm complaining about arm pump anyway. So yeah, apologies for the poor production quality. Apologies for the length of it. I always think, oh, I'll probably get that video done in about 6 minutes. I haven't edited this yet, but I know it's not going to be 6 minutes. So hopefully it's enough to keep your interest to run through the video and give you guys some good advice or good pointers, and hopefully it'll help some of you out. Alright, peace.